down. Haters wanna shut me up, just fucking with me now. You was with me coming up, so I'ma hold you down, cause you the only one.
What's up? Long time no see. Enjoying my quarantine and finishing out my semester, and then once I get to the semester, I'm telling you, it's gonna be constant video. I don't know what I'm gonna be doing, but I know I'm gonna be doing something. I'm gonna figure something out. If I keep looking down, if you hear noise, this is my dog. My dog is here, and she's being sensational right now. I don't really know why. She wants attention, but like I'm giving her attention, and then she just wants to continue to whine. I don't know what she wants at this point, so she's gonna go to sleep eventually. Okay, so you can tell by the title. Today I'm gonna be telling you my Airbnb horror story. I have been saving this video, so I've been wanting to tell you this video for a while. I wanted to tell you when I first made my YouTube, but like it was really recent, and just in case, I didn't want anything to go left. Get your wine, get your snacks, cause this is gonna be a mess. I'm telling you, you're gonna be sipping on something when you hear this, because you're really gonna be like, if I deleted the evidence for this video, I'm gonna be so upset, because I had all of it saved on my laptop, and I think I might have a couple things on my phone, but I had this proof literally saved, because everything that happened, I knew. I was like, we need to take pictures immediately. We need to keep this documented, because he's gonna try some crap, and he did. Trip was great, but like the whole Airbnb situation was a mess from the beginning with him. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna pour my wine, and then we're gonna get into it. Hold on. Okay, so I made notes on my phone, so if I'm gonna have to stop and look through. See, she's making noises right now. You wanna get on the bed? You wanna go up? You wanna go up? She's dirty, so I don't really want to show y'all, but this is my little baby. My little baby. She's getting a haircut on Monday, and they'll give her a bath. So we're driving through the neighborhood. I'm gonna start out in the neighborhood. We're driving through the neighborhood. We just got off the airplane, and I think the airport was not that far from there. I think it was like 20 minutes. Okay, so we're going through. Everything is nice looking until like before we're getting to the house. Driving through the neighborhood. Let's say we're in the neighborhood. We're just not at the house yet, and the neighborhood looks sketchy. There's a school in the neighborhood, kind of like it's pretty close, if not in the neighborhood. I can't really tell because it's like under this bridge, and there's graffiti everywhere, and like there's. I'm not gonna say they're homeless because I don't know if they're homeless, but they looked homeless walking down the street. Oh. Should have known it was a bad area, or at least I didn't. I mean, I know the person that booked it probably looked, but I don't think it registered where we were when she booked it. We get there, we arrive, and we're getting out of the car. The place is nice. I think it was like a gray color. It was like gray and white, and it was upstairs and a downstairs. And the upstairs was like its own house, and the downstairs was its own house, and they both had a separate entrance. So we were staying upstairs, and the person that was already downstairs was moving out, I think that night or the next morning, something like that. And so we didn't have to worry about them. He got there before we did, because we got there late. If you watch my last video, I did a video on when we went to Miami, and this was part of it, but I didn't give any details. The people that were downstairs, they were already leaving, and so he was going to see them out and coming to see us in. He was just letting us know, like, yeah, they're moving out, and if you need anything, call me. And he told the girls that, and then he was like, here's my number, and I think that was it, and he left. And so that was like a couple hours before we got there. Out of the car, we go inside, and it's nice. It's 3 bedrooms, which I described this in my last video. I'm gonna describe it again. There's 3 bedrooms, and there's 2 queen beds, and there's 2 twin beds, and it's supposed to fit 6 people. Had a yard, but it wasn't that much grassland or anything like that. Close to the neighbors. Oh, I didn't say this. We were staying in Little Haiti. So like, yeah, Florida, Little Haiti, you know, Kodak Black raps about it. So, I mean, it was ghetto, I guess. And it had 1 bathroom. That was the only thing that sucked about the whole entire thing, is that there was 1 bathroom. But we knew that that was going to suck, like, before going down there. We knew, since we only booked the one with 1 bathroom. First night, like I said in the other video, we didn't do much. We didn't really go out. We just got groceries. We cooked in the house, and I think we stayed in. The next day, he knocked on the door, and he, the landlord, I guess that's what you would call him, the Airbnb host, he knocked on the door, and it was early in the morning, because I remember, because it woke us up. We just jumped up, and we were like, wait, what? And he came in. Remember what he came for? And I don't really know why he came. And I don't think anybody else really could figure it out either. Like, I think he came to like make sure the other people were left, but I don't know why he came to check on us. No, I'm still kind of confused about the situation. He came in for some random reason, and then he left. We have our first day at the beach or whatever, go through that the first night. So this is the second day of our trip, so that's fast forward. Then the third day, over that morning. So yeah, he came over 3 mornings in a row. And no, he came 3 days in a row. One when we arrived, and then the next morning, and then the morning after that. Third day, was the day that he came in. That's after we had a long night. We had been out all night. I think we didn't get into like 4 or 5 o'clock. I think it was like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. We had been out all night, so it's not really gonna look the best in the Airbnb. We haven't cleaned up, and like so our clothes were everywhere, and there was a little bit of makeup in the bathroom in the sink, not on the sink. In the sink. One of the girls put their eyelashes on the table, and I think that we had like makeup, like you know how when you put your makeup on and sometimes you touch the wall and you get little fingerprints on like the light switches and where you grab the wall to come out the door, you know what I mean? And so it's like, okay, we know that we're girls, we have this for an entire week, which I forgot to mention that we have the Airbnb for an entire week, and he's came in the first 3 days. And so I was like, we're gonna clean up. Like it would be one thing if we left it like that, but we were like, we're gonna clean up once we wake up, and we weren't even up. He was being extra when he did this. This man is gonna come in, and while we're sitting there, we were getting ready because we were distracted. That's why I was confused of what he was doing. This man, he goes, and while we're all getting ready and distracted and trying to figure out like, okay, well, why is he in here? Oh, well, I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing. He goes and he starts taking pictures of the things that are like dirty. It's like, well, obviously it's going to be dirty. We're living here. And it's not even like it was like trashed. He took pictures of our suitcases and complained about our suitcases. He took a picture of our friend's eyelashes on the table and said that she broke the table. He said that we damaged his sink, and the sink only had a little bit of eyelash glue in it. And eyelash glue, if you know eyelash glue once it gets wet, it just turns into a wet consistency. So it's like it wiped up. Complained about us having the makeup on the wall, which I think that's like out of all the things, that's the most like, okay, you could complain about us getting makeup on the wall. Everything else was so unnecessary. One of the girls, I think she got makeup on the sheets. She got makeup on the sheets, and he complained about her getting makeup on the sheets. Everybody was like, it's washable. Like you can wash makeup out of the sheets, especially if they're white sheets, so all you have to do is bleach them. And so we're like, sir, were you not going to clean them? So that was my main thought process, was, were you not going to clean these sheets? Because I'm confused of how you're complaining about us when these sheets should be cleaned every time regardless. It's not going to leave a stain if you bleach it. You use the products that you need to use to clean it, it will come out. It's just, that's the point. He didn't want to do the work. Anyway, he came in, he did that weird stuff, and then the lady, like, because he tried to kick us out, which, that was the big thing. Like, once he called her, he called, like, the Airbnb customer service, whoever he called, his boss, he tried to get us kicked out, and the lady was, like, on the phone talking to us, was like, y'all gotta leave, you can't stay there. He's kicking you out because of this, this, and this, and this. And we're like, we didn't even do anything, first of all. Second of all, we can't leave. Our flight doesn't leave until, I think our flight didn't leave till Sunday morning. Oh, we're not leaving. And that was my issue. It would have been one thing if this was the last night of our trip and he was like, I'm tired of y'all gotta get out. No, this is literally the beginning. We're not even into the trip yet. Like, we just started doing things. And he tried to kick us out of the only place we had to stay. We're like, ma'am, out of the courtesy of, like, us being 6 girls in this Airbnb, you're going to kick us out and leave us in the middle of the street in Florida, little Haiti. What do you want us to do? Like, take our luggage and just go walking somewhere? We don't have a car. We flew. Like, it just, everything about it was just making me mad, because I literally was like, if this lady kicks us out right now, I was like, we have nothing to do. Like, we have to find a hotel, and it's during spring break, so there's probably not going to be any hotel. The lady understood, and she was like, let me talk to him, because that's not right for him to try to kick you out. And she was like, based on those pictures, she's like, actually look at those pictures. She's like, we didn't break his table. The sheets are cleanable. He took pictures of our luggage. Like, that's weird. And it was just a whole bunch, just got it cleared up. We got to stay. I don't know at this point why we kept talking / calling him, but it was like, you're our Airbnb host. You're the only person that can help us. And I guess that was our only option, but I really wish we wouldn't have kept talking to him. I forgot to say this. Before he came in that second day, we had asked him about toilet paper, paper towels, and soap. We only got 2 rolls of toilet paper. If not, we got 1. And then there was no soap in the kitchen for dish soap or hand soap. And I don't remember if, I think there was 1 bottle of hand soap in the bathroom, and it was a little bottle of hand soap. No, it was hand soap that was, mostly water and a little bit of hand soap. I remember because when I squirted it out and I looked at it, I was like, why does it look like there's water just floating at the top of, like, the thing? And then it's like the consistency wasn't right. So I knew it was water. He was just cheap. I asked him what like, do we have like a person that comes into the Airbnb, because this was our first Airbnb, so we didn't know if it was like how like hotels when they have maids, which way when they do leave you with like no maid, nobody to clean up, they're supposed to leave supplies in the house. Like, he had no paper towels. Like, how do you have no paper towels, no toilet paper? And I'm like, and when you're supposed to be hosting 6 guests, we're like, how is 2 rolls of toilet paper gonna, no, it's not gonna work. Like, we're staying here for an entire week. And so he told us, because we asked about a maid service, and he said his maid would be $45. And all we asked, though, we didn't want the maid to clean. All we wanted was her to bring us toilet paper. He said that it would be $45, and so we said, never mind. We were like, oh, okay. No, never mind. We don't want that. Okay, so I think a couple of hours later, we hear a knock on the door, and we're like, who's knocking on the door? Why would he be back again? We open the door. It's the maid. First of all, the maid, I think she spoke very little English, so she really couldn't understand us. And she was trying to come in and clean, and we were like, no, we didn't call you because we're not paying $45 for her to clean. Like, there's no reason. Well, we can do it at the end of the week. And then also, we only wanted the toilet paper. She came with the toilet paper, but then we were like, we're going to pay you $45 because you brought us toilet paper. No. Told him never mind. Like, sorry that you came all this way. And then she was just like, take it. Take it. And we were like, thank you. And we closed the door. I forgot to mention that we went to the grocery store and we bought our own toilet paper, our own soap, and all this stuff before the lady came. And so that's why we were like, we don't need it now. Like, we really were like, no, you can keep it. Okay, remember that. Keep that in your mind later on. I should describe this man. When he first rolled up, he rolled up in this tracksuit. Was he bald? I don't remember if he was bald, but either he was bald or he had blonde hair. I cannot remember. He was a white male. Like, he maybe was like, he could have been 5'10" to 6 foot. Either which way, he thought he was somebody's sugar daddy, and this is so funny. This was the same conversation. We were talking to him, and we said, hey, the pipe on the sink popped out, and so we don't know if it's broken or if it's going to leak or anything like that, but we let him know, and we were like, we're going to be out to the beach. We were out on the beach all day, and then we went out later that night, and we didn't come back home until, I think, like, we didn't come back home till, like, I don't want to say we didn't get home till like 5:30. By the time we got ready for bed, he knocked on the door. 6:30, something like that. Coming in for the night. It's almost the end of our trip. This was the night that I said that this is either the 4th or 5th night that I said that I wasn't, if you watch my other story, I said that I wasn't drunk. So like I wasn't like too gone. We had a split lift, so like one of us had to get in, like a couple of us had to get into one car and a couple of us had to get in another one because we had too many people. And this particular night that we came home, we had 8 people, and we were all females. It was me and my 2 best friends at the time that were at the house at the time. And so we were going, and I was the first one to go into the bedroom. Them 2, I think they went and sat on the couch, and I was going in there, and I was going to go change. I walk in, and I literally remember, like, walked in, and I walked, and my bag is that way, and I just see something out of the corner of my eye go, shoom! And I sat there, and I was like, I'm not drunk. All I thought in my head. And I said, I'm not drunk. And I said, I know. I just saw something move. And then I see it go that way. And I said, oh no. And I said, there's something in here. Like, I literally went out there and I said, there's something in this room. It moved. I know it moved. I said, because I saw it twice. And I was like, and I'm not drunk. Like, I was like, y'all already said I'm not drunk. You know how, like, when all of your friends are drunk and you're trying to explain to them that you're not drunk. So they're like, nah, you're drunk. And I'm like, no, I am not drunk. I, like, made the clearest face to them. I'm not drunk. I'm like, there's something in the room that moved. And I was like, no, I'm not sitting in that room because the couch is right in front of our room. And it was our room. Like, I was going to my luggage. That's what was making me so mad. Like, y'all, I'm not going in there. I was like, one of y'all go in there and get your stuff. Get my shirt, because I'm not going in there. So I just sat down in what I was wearing, and I was like, I'm not. I didn't even think I turned the light off. Like, I left the light on and everything, and I was like, I'm not going back in there. And I'm, like, on my phone, and I look up, and I see both of my friends jump up, and they go, ah! How my legs were up in the chair like this, and I was like, nope, and they're screaming, and I said, I told you. I was like, that's what y'all get, because I told you. It ran straight out of the room door and under something. I don't know where it went, and like I think it ran through the kitchen and went under the stove, because I remember because I was in the kitchen and I was so pissed off because a mouse. It wasn't that big. I'm telling you, you, I really hope I have the picture because I have a picture of it. Him about the mouse when he came to fix the pipe at 6 a.m. Okay, so let's get back on track with that. As we're under the stove, so I know it's out of our room. I go get dressed. One of my friends, the one that I mentioned in the last story that was having a little too much fun at the club and had a little mishap, she was still a little lit, but like she had on like an extra large shirt. So like she didn't have to have pants on. And so she didn't have pants on. And she's sitting on the couch, so it was like, whatever. He's in the house, and he's, like, fixing the pipe. And it was just one of those pipes that's supposed to pop back on. My dad, when we got home, he was like, it just pops back on. And I was like, I didn't know that. He was fixing the pipe, and he was like, I don't know why it came off. And he was, like, putting tape around it, and he was, like, trying to make sure it was actually secure. But I'm sitting there talking to my friends, and I turn around because I'm looking to see what he's doing. Because I don't know, I'm sitting there, I'm fascinated. And I'm, like, noticing that he keeps looking back. And, like, he keeps looking. And he's not looking at me. He's looking past me. And so I'm like, who is he looking at? I'm turning around, kind of like trying to figure out what he's looking at because he's not paying attention. And I'm like, he's looking at my friend. Sir, you're like 40 years old. And trust me, it's 6 o'clock in the morning. Like, what are you trying to do? Fix the pipe and go home. And I really think that he thought it's 6 in the morning and my friend was drunk, that maybe something could happen because, like, at the time, I don't think she realized what she was doing. She, like, got up and she was like reaching for something and her shirt like pretty much came all the way up, and it was just like a oop moment. You know, he saw it because I was looking at him and I could see through the oven, like the sink was right next to the oven basically. I was really just sitting there and I was like, this is crazy. Sir, you were old enough to be somebody's father here. That was a mess. And then I think he fixed it. He was like, I'm gonna go get some mouse traps and something else for the sink and I'll be right. And he was like, and I'll be back in a couple of hours. No, he put a mouse trap down and not a mouse trap, he put a mouse sticky pad down. Gross.
Y'all, so as I'm sitting here editing this, I forgot to mention when he came back and brought the little rat thing, my friend was up and he said to her, he was like, glad to see you have pants on, or like, I see you have pants on now. Like, sir, you're a creep. Like,
Okay.
Hours later, he achieved what he put it down there for. He caught it. And if I have the picture, I'm going to insert it here as well. I really hope I have this picture. It was not that big. It was like that big. And when we were telling him that we saw a mouse and he was like, he didn't believe us. We told him before he started fixing the pipe. He was like, you saw a mouse. I was like, yes. I first saw it in the bedroom, and I saw it twice, run across the room, and I tried to figure out what it was because I was confused. And then I was sitting in the kitchen, and it ran past two of us and me, and then ran up under the stove. I realized we just came from being out, so he thinks we're drunk, but I'm looking you dead in your eyes. I'm telling you, it's 6 o'clock in the morning. I am not drunk anymore. That was a mouse. I know what a mouse looks like. Grew up in the South. I'm like, my grandma had a very old home. Like, mice be sitting in the living room and want to run out on the couch. Like, I know what a mouse looks like. I know what it looks like when it scurries across the room. Caught the rat. And then the man had the nerve to be like, because he did come back, it was like, well, this used to be swampland. So, you know, this house was built on swampland. So, it could just be from them just still being in this area because they're used to this being a swamp. And I'm just looking at him and I'm like, but you didn't believe us a minute ago. But now you're trying to cover your ass. Like, it's just, it was so irritating. Like, it was like, you were just trying to be like, downplaying what we were trying to tell you. And now all of a sudden, oh, it's okay. One of the girls threw it out, but I took a picture before she threw it out. I said that I was like, I want to take a picture before you throw this out because I don't want him to say that it didn't happen if something happens after this. And guess what? I didn't mess anything up because I was not paying extra. I saved good money for this trip. I didn't even spend that much money on the trip, so it was really nice. Like, it was a good trip. We ended our trip. It was great. We went home. I told one of the girls because our flight left super early in the morning. Like, I think our flight left like 6, 7 o'clock in the morning. So we had to leave out. We were out of there by 4:30. Hey, take some pictures because I feel like he's going to be sketchy and he's going to try to say that we messed up the Airbnb. We had cleaned up the day before because we knew we were going to be out all night. So we cleaned up before we left. Wiped down the walls. We put the toilet seat back. We picked up her eyelashes that broke his table. Cleaned out the sink and everything. And I really don't feel like he had cleaning products. So I think we had to buy cleaning products too. We took the sheets off of the bed and we put them on the floor in a pile because we thought it would be nice to remove all the sheets and the pillowcases. And the girls scrubbed the pillowcases. They got their makeup on, by the way. It just needed to be bleached and washed. It looked good by the time we left because that's what we're taught as young women, and I hope young men are taught that too. I know as a young woman I was taught this, that before you leave the place that you stayed for however long during your vacation, you tidy up. Like, you don't have to necessarily clean the whole place spotless, because that's what they have maids for, but you clean it up. You make sure that it's easier for them to get through their cleaning that they have to do every day. So 2 days later, or like a day later, I think the Airbnb was almost $2,000. The girl that booked the whole trip, the whole Airbnb and everything like that, was like, so he's trying to charge us $2,000 that we caused damage to his property, that he needed to replace things and have a professional cleaner come in, and all this other stuff that somehow in his head added up to $2,500, whatever number that he gave her, the lady at the Airbnb. I think he thought, since there was a bunch of like teenage girls, so he thought that we were all gonna be stupid and we were just going to either pay it and suck it up, or we didn't have the facts to back ourselves up, so we just had to pay it. Perfectly fine, we left. We took the sheets off, which he complained about that we took the sheets off. Like, we had the text messages, the proof of the text messages, with the picture of the mouse. Also put in his little comment towards of why he should get his money, that we didn't tip his aid service when she came to bring us the toilet paper that we did not want, and we showed her that we told him not to bring her. Obviously, it's courtesy. If she actually would have done something, then it would be like, okay, she deserves a tip, but she didn't do anything. He tried to like deduct it off her card. Like, he didn't even try to like say something to her and be like, hey, you need to pay me this. Literally was trying to be an asshole about the whole situation, because she was like, I did not ruin your house, and she was like, and I need you to send proof of the real place, because she left comments at the bottom of his little thing, because none of his comments said that he harasses his tenants. The problem is, you're broke and you're trying to get some money. Like, ugh. He's a bum. Like, he's a bum. He tried to complain and say that we had too many people staying there, which I told you that night that we had 8 people staying there. We were like, we have friends over. Like, excuse me, you didn't say we couldn't have friends. And we're like, we're a whole Airbnb. You came here at 6 o'clock in the morning. We got here at 5 o'clock. So, what's up? Like, it really was just making me mad. I came over here at 6 o'clock in the morning, and there's only females in this place. Like, you're weird. That's the end of this video. I'm sorry, I started ranting because I'm mad and I'm a little wine drunk. But if you like this video, give this video a thumbs up. Remember to comment down below and tell me what I should do next. Subscribe for more. There's going to be more content coming out. And remember to turn on your notification bell. And I hope you really enjoyed this video, because this story is crazy to me. Bye, guys. I'll talk to you later. I didn't say I'll see you later this time, y'all. Improvement.